Hello, my dear students. Welcome to online class. Today, in this class, let us discuss about lesson number 1. It is chemical reactions and equations. Now, let's see what do you mean by chemical reaction. I think chemical reaction is a process in which one or more substances, new substances are formed, right? So this chemical reaction cannot be reversed by any physical methods like magnetism, right? Magnetism, filtration, centrifugation, distillation, and evaporation. Then, any chemical reaction, during any chemical reaction, we can observe some changes like change in state, change in color, change in temperature, evolution of gas, change in state, change in color, change in temperature, and evolution of gas. These are the some changes which we can observe during a chemical reactions. I think you know. So next, in our daily life also, we can see some chemical reactions. Then which are those? Digestion of food, respiration, rusting of iron, and formation of curd. These are all what? Some of the chemical reactions which happen in our daily life. Right. So next, in a chemical reaction we can see two parts like reactant part and product part. Then what are reactants? So here reactant are the substances which take part in a chemical reaction, and similarly products are the substances which are formed from reactants. Okay, for example, I think when you burn magnesium ribbon, right, it burns with white dazzling flame and leaves white ash. That white ash is nothing but what? Magnesium oxide, right? Here when magnesium ribbon burnt in air, it gives magnesium oxide. Here magnesium and oxygen, these are the reactants, and magnesium oxide is the product. It is what? Magnesium reacts with oxygen, gives rise to magnesium oxide. Here magnesium and oxygen are the reactants and magnesium oxide is the product, right? So now next, chemical equation. I think we can represent any chemical reaction in symbolic form, right? That is what chemical equation means. We can represent a chemical reaction in equation form, right? So that equation involves some symbols and their physical state. Physical state means, I think you know, solid state, liquid state, gas state and aqueous state. In this example, like magnesium ribbon, when you burn this one, what happens? It gives magnesium oxide, right? So here magnesium is a solid state, right? And oxygen, it is in gas, and magnesium oxide is also is a solid, right? So this reaction, right, this reaction can be represented in equation form like magnesium solid plus oxygen gas gives rise to magnesium oxide solid. Okay, this is what equation, right? Next, while writing any chemical equation, we have to balance, or we have to write that equation in proper manner. Means the reactants and products which are involved in that reaction should be right in their symbolic form along with their physical states. Okay, I think you are familiar in that one. So next move on to another one. Question arises, why do we need to balance chemical equation? What is necessity? So here, to follow law of conservation of mass, and the number of elements involved in chemical reaction should be remain same at reactant and product side. Okay, so here law of conservation of mass means, you know, matter can neither be created nor destroyed where in a chemical reaction. Okay, that's why we have to balance a chemical equation. Next, very important things, that types of chemical reactions. Okay, in types of chemical reaction, first type of chemical reaction is combination reaction. What? Combination reaction. That combination word itself indicates the meaning, combine. Here in this reaction, two or more reactants combine to form a single product. Very important. Two or more reactant combines, okay, then forms a single product in a combination reaction. For example, burning of coal and formation of water, right? Burning of coal, formation of water. So in first example, you observe that a carbon is a solid and oxygen gas. Here these are the two reactants. When these two reactants combines, they forms carbon dioxide gas, a single product. Similarly, in case of second example, like formation of water, in this case also hydrogen, one reactant react with oxygen, another one reactant. Okay, these two reactants combines, they forms a single product. Which one? Water molecule, right? Hydrogen gas reacts with oxygen gas, they forms a single product, water molecule, right? So these two are the best examples for a combination reaction. So next move on to second type of chemical reaction, which were decomposition reaction. Decompose. Okay, so decomposition reaction means a compound, a one compound that compound is in reactant part. Okay, so that compound splits into two or more substances. Two or more substances. Splits into two or more substances means two or more products is called decomposition reactions. Here we can see some types of decomposition reactions. Which are those? Thermal decomposition, electrolytic decomposition, and photolytic decomposition reaction. These are the types of decomposition reactions. So let's see one by one the types of decomposition reactions. In that, first one is thermal decomposition reaction. Here in this word, that thermal, that word itself indicates the meaning, right? So here in this decomposition reaction, this decomposition reaction takes place or carried out by heating. Thermal means what? Heat. Okay, so by heating, reaction carried out. That is what decomposition reaction. Any reaction which decomposes by heating, this is what decomposition reaction. For example, calcium carbonate, it's a single reactant, it's compound. Okay, it decomposes into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide gas by heating. Okay, so this is an example for thermal decomposition reaction. You must know, in case of thermal decomposition reaction, this decomposition reaction carried out by heating is what? Thermal decomposition reaction. Similarly, second type of decomposition reaction is electrolytic decomposition reaction. Here electro means electric current. So in this case, the decomposition reaction is carried out by passing electric current or electricity. For example, you are all familiar what? Electrolysis of water. Electrolysis of water. So what here we will do, we pass electric current into water, it gives hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so this reaction is carried out by passing electric current. Water molecule decomposes into hydrogen and oxygen gases by passing electric current. This is what example for decomposition reaction, electrolytic decomposition reaction, right? So next move on to another type of decomposition reaction, photolysis decomposition reaction. Photo means what? I think you know, photo means light. Here we use sunlight for decomposition. So in this case, when you put silver chloride, when you expose silver chloride into sunlight, it gives silver and chlorine, right? So this reaction carried out in the presence of sunlight, that's why we called it is a photolysis decomposition reaction. So this photolysis decomposition reaction is used, very important, in black and white photography. Very important thing over there. In black and white photography, we use photolysis decomposition reaction. Very important, right? So next move on to next type of chemical reaction. Which one? Displacement reaction. Displace, this word itself indicates displacement. So in this reaction, what happens? More reactive element displaces less reactive element from its solution. Okay, for example, you observe here In case of reaction of iron with copper sulfate solution, what happens here? Iron is a more reactive element. It displaces copper from copper sulfate solution, right, and forms FeSO4 and Cu, right. Ferric sulfate and copper are formed by displacing copper from copper sulfate. This is what example for displacement reaction. So next, I think this is an experiment we conduct to show displacement reaction. You are familiar, I think So next, move on to double displacement reaction. So in previous case we discussed about displacement reaction, but here double displacement reaction. In this case, what happens here? New compounds are formed. Not a new compound. New compounds are formed. How? By mutual exchange of ions between compounds in reactant part. In reactant parts, we can see two compounds here. Which are those? Sodium sulfate, barium chloride. But in case of displacement reaction, one is element, another one is compound in reactant part. But here both the reactants are compounds. What happens here? By the exchange of ions, we get two compounds here, barium sulfate and sodium chloride here. So the barium sulfate which is formed, it is a precipitate, means which is insoluble solid will be formed, right. So that's why this double displacement reaction is also called as precipitation reaction. So next move on to oxidation and reduction reactions. You are all familiar about this one. So in this first one is oxidation reaction. Oxidation means what happens here? In a reaction, there will be addition of oxygen to substance or removal of hydrogen from substance, right. So if the oxygen is added to a substance or if the hydrogen is removed from substance, that is what oxidation reaction. For example, you can observe here in case of Cu plus O2 gives rise to CuO. Here oxygen is added to copper, we get copper oxide. Similarly, in case of reduction reaction, what happens here? Vice versa. The addition of hydrogen and removal of oxygen from the substance. For example, copper oxide plus hydrogen gives H2, Cu plus H2. Here what happens? Oxygen is removed from copper oxide. Okay, this oxygen is added to hydrogen, gives water, right. So this reaction is example for both types, oxidation and reduction. That's why we call it as redox reaction. It is an example for redox reaction. So next, move on to effects of oxidation in our daily life. You are all familiar. So we can see some effects of oxidation like corrosion, acidity, right. So corrosion means, I think when you expose metals into some substances like moisture, air, water, acid, etc., we can see there's a formation of layers on those metals. Okay, that formed layer will decreases the strength of that metal. Okay, that's why we said that metal is corrode. Okay, so here the best examples for corrosion are rusting of iron, black coating on silver, green coating on copper. These are the examples for corrosion. Similarly, another one effects of oxidation in our daily life is rancidity. Okay, rancidity is also formed by oxidation. How? So when you expose the substances which are formed by oils and fats, we can observe bad smell. We can observe bad smell and bad taste of those foodstuffs because of acidity, right? That's why I think, in case of fried chips, okay, they preserve those chips in airtight packs. Okay, that gas which is present in that pack is nitrogen, right? Now we can classify the chemical reactions based on their temperature. How? Like exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction. These are the chemical reactions which are based on their temperature. First one is exothermic reaction. Here, exothermic reaction means a reaction in which heat is released. Heat is released along with formation of product. Okay, in any reaction, if heat is released along with the product, that reaction is example for exothermic reaction, right? For example, burning of natural gas, CH4, it's a methane. Okay, methane is a natural gas. So when you burn this methane, we get carbon dioxide, water along with the liberation of heat. Okay, so if heat is released, it is a exothermic reaction. Similarly, endothermic reaction means in this reaction, right, they requires energy in the form of heat, light, electricity, right? Those reactions are called endothermic reactions, right? So this is what your chapter chemical reactions and equations. I hope you understand this class. Thank you. Bye.